They just lie. They cover their ass and they lie. I would have been very happy to have her on. And like I said, the goal was to release both of them the same day.
Harris thought she could easily move through politics using confusing speeches and loud dramatic laughs, until Joe Rogan and Greg Gutfeld stepped in with strong facts, old clips, and sharp humor that hit hard.
You can't. No one can, but the Dems don't care. The machine simply slotted her in where Joe once was. I only hope they wiped it down with Lysol first.
From her famous confusing word salad speeches to the times she would suddenly disappear when real problems showed up, they slowly broke down her polished public image piece by piece. This is not just normal criticism. This feels like a direct and sharp attack on weak leadership.
But she polled as the least popular vice president of all time.
Yeah.
She is, I had dinner with a friend of mine recently who actually knows her. He says she's very smart.
You thought Kamala was confusing before. Now watch her break down even more under this non-stop strong exposure. It gets intense very quickly. If you believe the truth should be spoken, hit the like button and subscribe for more bold and real commentary like this.
But my favorite part was when Kamala Harris shows up and she fucking stink eyes both of them.
Yeah.
She stink eyes Trump and Obama and then sits down and doesn't say hi or shake their hands.
Nice.
And then looks over and sees that Biden or that Obama and Trump are talking to each other. And she goes like this. She's like,
yeah.
rolls her eyes, and she's with her husband, and her husband's saying,
That's like when Shane was talking to Chappelle or Louis, and people are like, I gotta be nice to you now.
Political careers can fall apart very fast when your whole image is built on nervous laughs, empty slogans, and long, confusing talks that never really say anything clear. Like a broken compass spinning again and again without ever pointing in the right direction, Kamala Harris, once seen as a rising leader and a symbol of breaking barriers, left national politics in a way that looked messy and tired. It is strange when you think about it. She started as a lawyer who promised to follow justice, but ended up becoming one of the most mocked figures in the same system she once wanted to lead. Joe Rogan and Greg Gutfeld came in with strong evidence, sarcasm, and heavy criticism that hit like a powerful force.
Now that Joe's incapacitated, Cam gets celebrated. It's a master class in kissing some Cam ass. Video of the day comes to us from liberal media hacks who can't get enough of Kamala Harris since she became the Dems' presidential candidate. Roll it, Ethel.
The reason why he picked Vice President Kamala Harris is because he believed that she would be ready to lead from day one. He believed she was the right person to take over the campaign, and she is.
So once Harris got the nod from Joe, it was off to the races with endorsements rolling in.
I kind of fell in love with her. I thought she was smart, engaging.
Now think about her strange ability to mix words in a way that sounds like someone trying to read IKEA instructions after drinking too much. Kamala rarely spoke in clear policy points. Instead, she kept going in circles, again and again, with no clear ending. Trying to understand her speeches feels almost impossible. The real challenge is not just understanding her ideas, but figuring out if there was ever a clear idea in the first place.
There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case.
Rogan described her thinking like a computer glitch mixed with too much caffeine. One moment she is nodding and smiling at a crowd for no clear reason. The next moment, she is seriously talking about the passage of time, like she just discovered it herself. It almost feels like you should give her both a watch and a comfort card at the same time. It did not feel like real leadership. It felt like a strange live talk show about philosophy, hosted by someone who once read a single deep quote and never let it go.
When Tulsi Gabbard took her out at the hamstrings, that's a wrap, baby.
Tulsi, we salute you for taking down Kamala.
I mean, dude, everybody was saying she's the one. She's going to run it. And Tulsi,
I even thought she would have a stronger run than she did. And she didn't.
Fell apart.
But did you see?
Tulsi made her fall apart. It's fascinating. She just shrunk into the shadow.
And still, here is the shocking part. She was actually the border czar. Yes, that really happened. Kamala Harris was put in charge of border security. Yet she visited the border as rarely as someone visits a place they are trying to avoid completely. Rogan compared it to putting a squirrel in charge of airport security. It is active, it moves around, but the chances of success are almost zero and confusion is almost guaranteed. Gutfeld pointed out the irony. Kamala spoke loudly about transparency and progress, but often stayed away from press questions like a teenager avoiding chores. Issues like Afghanistan, Ukraine, and inflation seemed to disappear from her talks. She would only show up for public events, ribbon cuttings, or festivals where she talked about climate change in strange comparisons that sounded more like song lyrics than real science. Gutfeld said it was not science at all, it was more like a horoscope. Listening to her explain climate issues felt like asking a coffee shop worker to explain space physics. It sounded smooth, but there was no real depth underneath.
We have to have a candidate that is the least liked vice president of all time, the least popular vice president of all time, and then use gaslighting and the full force of the media machine to turn her into the future and hope.
Right.
And then she's gonna be changed, even though she's a sitting vice president. And then on top of that, this idea of change when the Democrats have been in control for what, 12 of 16 years?
Right.
Which is crazy. Like, this is the change.
But Gutfeld focused especially on her electric vehicle speeches. Kamala seemed very interested in electric school buses, not real infrastructure or power systems, just the image of yellow buses moving through quiet streets, as if the future depended on it. Gutfeld compared it to painting a sinking Titanic instead of fixing it. Her global trips also became a lesson in awkward moments. She visited Poland and Germany and treated big summits like nervous small talk at a camp. There was forced laughter, unclear slogans, and accidental confusion. Rogan said watching her was like a substitute teacher explaining nuclear disarmament with sock puppets. Still, she was seen as a leader while avoiding real responsibility. She passed decisions to others, avoided accountability, and delegated like someone planning an event but never showing up.
Can you say one nice thing about Kamala Harris?
I mean, she's there.
Yeah. Good job.
I mean, if this is Rocky, then it's Rocky 4, and Biden's Apollo, and Nancy Pelosi's the Russian that kills him. But like Donnie Douche, he said he's in love with her, and now his sex doll is very jealous.
Gutfeld called it leadership by proxy and said her job could be summed up in 3 words: existing loudly nearby. Even inside her party, many saw her as a problem and struggled to defend her. Her approval ratings didn't just drop, they collapsed. So low they were joked about alongside Joe Biden's numbers underground. Rogan compared her support to the Loch Ness Monster, often mentioned but rarely seen. Her media appearances became known for the wrong reasons. On interviews, Kamala smiled confidently, but said very little. It felt like solving math through dance. Gutfeld called her interviews modern art, meant only to be nodded at, not understood.
Who saw that video from a couple of weeks ago? The one of the elephants at the San Diego Zoo during the earthquake? And as soon as they felt the earth shaking beneath their feet, they got in a circle and stood next to each other to protect the most vulnerable. Think about it. What a powerful metaphor.
Yeah. It's almost like they built a wall.
Rogan pointed to her early debates, where she tried to look strong, but sounded like a tired HR manager on Friday. She attacked party members in primaries, then acted friendly again, like someone forcing a smile through food they disliked. Her personality didn't last long in public. But beyond her communication style, her legacy became comedy because media kept calling her visionary. Every unclear speech was labeled bold. Rogan compared it to selling decaf coffee as rocket fuel. Gutfeld said she had a reverse Midas touch. Everything she backed failed. She even launched a voting rights tour and went viral for sounding more confused than an owl in daylight. Even supporters quietly wished she would stop helping.
Like, wasn't she like a joke even among Democrats? Like 10 seconds ago? Like literally, like a day ago.
Yep.
And now it's like the country's rallying around.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
What? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
even.
we're so easily manipulated, and they're all doing it in lockstep. Yeah, no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. She was she polled as the least popular vice president of all time.
Yeah.
She is. I had dinner with a friend of mine recently who actually knows her. He says she's very smart.
Absolutely nothing, and truly nothing. She was called a justice reformer while avoiding questions about her prosecutor past, like skipping a test. Kamala, the reformer, erased Kamala, the attorney general, whose tough record clashed with her later messaging. Rogan just stated facts, and contradictions spoke for themselves. Then came the moment she laughed during a speech on economic growth while Americans struggled with inflation. Gutfeld called it a party during crisis. Her exit was a slow fade, like a dying battery. Yet she still appeared in interviews that went viral for the wrong reasons, treating every camera like an improv stage. Rogan joked that aliens would think Earth runs on laughter and gibberish.
All the Avengers get together like, hey, are you trying to get me to hate superhero movies? You trying to show me your real f***ing weird personalities and get me to hate superhero movies? Why are you doing that? If I was running the Avengers, I'd be like, hey guys, cut the shit. Do you think one fucking person is going to vote for Kamala Harris because they saw that Iron Man wants them to vote for Kamala Harris? Are you fucking crazy?
Kamala was presented as the next big leader in American politics. But what people got was missed chances, confusing language, and endless ways of saying nothing. Rogan said her career proved style. Without substance collapses under pressure. She wasn't the main character, just a side role in a story needing stronger leadership. Her biggest impact may have been lowering expectations, so much that future leaders need tools just to find them. Her final appearances, promoting policies she once struggled to explain, were like a sitcom character entering a serious drama. Totally out of place.
You can't. No one can, but the Dems don't care. The machine simply slotted her in where Joe once was. I only hope they wiped it down with Lysol first to get rid of the old man smell. But to fulfill their goals, there's no way for them to stay in the realm of reality. As a result, the mainstream media is gearing up to bombard us with a narrative that Kamala is the answer. Amazing, historic, energetic, young, and fresh. When the best they could say about Joe was that he was disturbingly lifelike.
This roast doesn't stop, because as long as slogans replace real governance, another Kamala-type figure will appear. And Rogan and Gutfeld will be ready, microphones on, sarcasm ready, waiting for the next episode of America's political drama. She didn't fade away. She tripped over her teleprompter. Her exit wasn't a goodbye, just a messy handoff nobody noticed. Her party moved away, so fast it looked like a viral email mistake. She left behind nervous laughter, unclear speeches, and broken promises.
I was even trying to figure out if there was a way that I could do it, and I even offered to do it late that night. So the night that Trump came on, I'm like, what if we do her, like when she's done in Texas, if she came here? But no one ever committed to doing it. This is like really important because they keep pretending that I lied or I did this or I did that. They never committed to doing it. Well, we went through, I've got a whole, we have all the receipts, by the way.
Of course.
I have a whole list of conversations that took place. They never said she was going to do it.
Rogan ended by saying her career proved one truth. Charm without substance is performance, and Kamala was never Broadway. She was more like a small improv show with a flickering light and confused audience. Every policy talk felt like math with puppets. People clapped because they weren't sure it was over. Gutfeld said if Kamala were a brand, she'd be a mystery soda flavor that got hyped then removed. Her story is a warning about overpromising and underdelivering, wrapped in nervous laughter and fading slogans. She didn't redefine leadership. She redefined how low expectations can fall while still staying in the spotlight.